Hey everyone, welcome to M9 Prime Gaming. I'm here to talk about Quidditch Champions. This game just came out on the PS Plus service. You can also buy it, but it is a free game for the month of September. And after that, you will have to purchase it. It's not on the extra, it's just on the regular service. And it is day one on that service. So, I mean, you got it. The first day it came out, it was free. You didn't have to purchase it. There was no funny business about that. I'm not too sure if it's available on Xbox. I'm sure you guys can check, and I'm probably sure it's available on other systems, but I'm just talking about it from the PlayStation perspective. Anyways, I'm just wondering, who is this game for? I've played about an hour and a half to 2 hours of this game, and for me, it's definitely not doing anything that I want to keep going back to. My biggest gripe was there is almost 1 hour tutorial. It's 40 minutes to an hour, depending how long you take to learn the stuff, but it is very, very simple. But in Quidditch, there are 4 positions. There's the chasers, the beaters, the keeper, and the seeker. So during the tutorial, what they do is they make you first do the chasers. So you do your tutorial, you figure out your controls, and then they make you play a match with just chasers. Once you finish that, then you go on to I think the keeper is next. So they make you do the keeper stuff, and then they make you play a match. And now you have chasers and keepers. So now it doesn't lock you into the keeper position. You can just be a chaser, but then you have to play a small game up to like 40 points. There's no incentive to play as the keeper at that point. You just want to score the points to get it over with. And then once you're done that, you got a beater tutorial. So you do your beaters. You learn how to play that. And again, all these positions have slightly different controls. The keeper is the most different from all of them, but all the positions are slightly different. So you learn your controls, and then you play a match with chasers, a keeper, and beaters. And again, you don't have to play as the beaters. You don't have to play as the keeper. You can be the chaser the whole time and just score the points, and then you're done that tutorial. And then the last tutorial is the seeker, which is the one that catches the golden snitch, which comes out sometime in the middle of the game. And the thing is, you can't play as the seeker at all times. It is only available to you when the golden snitch is in play. So you don't even have to play as the seeker. You can, again, be just a chaser or be the beaters or the goalkeeper. They don't make you play as the chaser in this little game after you do your little tutorial. And then they make you play with all the positions. But what really bothered me is, if I recall correctly from the movies, once the seeker catches the snitch, the game's supposed to be over. In this game, it's only worth 50 points, and it just keeps going. And, in that particular tutorial, I think you have to get 100 or 120 points. So you have to play the game and then get the snitch, and you're still not there. You'll be at 70 or 80 points. So you just keep playing as the chasers once you catch the snitch, and then another snitch comes out, and then you do it all over again. And it just isn't fun. And then, I put the game down. I took a day off, and I went back to it. I'm like, maybe it was just, the tutorial threw me off. So I just played, a regular game against the AI, and it just wasn't that fun. If you're a big Harry Potter fan, you might enjoy this, especially if you like their Quidditch. And overall, this game just doesn't cut it for me. It's not fun. It gives me a little bit of Rocket League vibes. I see where they're going for with the way the ball controls, and you can hit people and all that. But it's Rocket League is so much fun, even if you're not good at it. It's chaos and it's fun. This is kind of a little bit empty. It's hard to steal the ball from people. Maybe the AI is just very dumb, and it was very easy for me to do it. But it's just aiming that broom is not fun. They have, I think the square button lets you drift, where you can turn while looking a certain way. I get it, but it's kind of really hard to control that. Once you let go of the drift, it's very hard to orient yourself. I'm sure if you played hours upon hours upon hours, you would be very good at it. But I was not, and I just didn't feel like learning it. The other thing that really threw me off was the art style. Like, I loved Hogwarts Legacy. That was a really good art style. It looked good. It was not photorealistic, but it was like really nice. This is more cartoony. If you ever played games like Dreamlight Valley, this is exactly what I think about when I played this game. I'm like, oh, this is like a toned down version of Dreamlight Valley. Like, you make your characters, but they're all kind of whatever. Like, they're not special. They don't stand out. They might have different color hair, different heights, but it's not like... And it doesn't even make a difference if you make them tiny or make them big. They all seem to have the same health, same stats. It's all your stats seem to be based on the stuff you put on them, if that. I didn't really dive too much into it because it does have a traditional battle pass where as you level up, you unlock items. And I'm sure, and I know there's a paid store and like the unlock stuff. I didn't really look into if you can just pay to unlock everything, but I'm sure there's a way, and I'm sure there's gonna be another battle pass. And if I don't know if there's a free one and a paid one like some games have, because I just didn't care enough, to be honest with you. Like, the gameplay was all right, but it wasn't that great. And I noticed you can party up with people. There's actually a trophy for playing a game in a party, or playing a certain amount of games in a party. But it's like, it looks like it's just one other person. So I don't know if you're on the same team or against, or playing against each other. But it doesn't seem like you can have a party where, like in a FIFA game, where everyone has their own positions and stuff like that, and like, or multiple positions. Even though in total there's, I think, what, three chasers, 1 seeker, 1 keeper, and 2 beaters. So it's like 6 people on a team, and they don't really give you the option of partying up with 6 people, which would have been awesome if you can do that. It sucks for the keeper, but I mean, at least they gave it a little bit of thought when you're the keeper, so you're not super bored. You can actually put down rings that your teammates can fly through and get a speed boost, so you're not just sitting there waiting if your team is like holding the ball. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, it just wasn't appealing to me. If you're not too sure what I mean by Dreamlight Valley, it's kind of like a Pixar-ish or like Disney animated look to it. Like, they're trying to be cartoony but kind of real, and it just, for me, it doesn't cut it. Like, younger kids might enjoy this art style, but for me, I'm just like not into it. And also, I've noticed that all the characters, like, you can make it a male or a female, or you can have it as they them, which to me is perfectly fine. But like, I've made a male, and I'm like, that kind of looks like a girl. Like, I see where they're going with this, where they make it ambiguous. And I'm fine with that, but it's just, I know for some kids, they're like, I want something that looks kind of like me. And it just, all the characters kind of blend in to nothingness in the end. Like, it's not unique by any chance. And like, when you're playing a team sport, you're like, I want everyone to have a jersey that has the same, you know, like if you're playing, let's say, basketball, the Toronto Raptors, they all wear the same jersey. That's the team. But when you create your team, as you're doing the tutorial, you recruit people. Basically, you create every person that's on the team, or like the main ones at least, and you get to pick their clothes, and you unlock more clothes through the battle pass system. So basically, now your team is mismatched. Like, there's nothing uniting them. Like, you can have one guy have Gryffindor colors, another one have Slytherin colors. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me in a team base. Like, maybe if they should have, like, you can wear these clothes for practice, but when you're, you know, in a full match, then you are all in a team uniform, but then they can't sell you the cosmetics. So maybe that doesn't make sense. And then there's upgrades for like your broom and stuff, and other things that I didn't really get into because upgrades start at level 5, and I only made it to level 4 with the upgrades. And I just was not willing to play another match. It just bored me to, like, it was just so boring. I did not have fun playing this game, unfortunately. I mean, I'm glad it's free on PS Plus, but at the same time, it's mediocre. It's like a B tier game. Harry Potter fans will probably enjoy it. People that just want to like jump in like I did just to see what it's like are gonna be like, oh, this is yeah, it's whatever. I mean, it's still better than Foam Stars, I'll give it that. Like, Foam Stars was awful, and I really tried to give Foam Stars a shot, and I just couldn't even go back on it on the second day to that game because it was just, It had no redeeming qualities in my eyes. But this game, at least, I can see, like, if my kids were really into Harry Potter, maybe jump on with them and, like, play a match or two. Because you can make the CPU, at least on normal, is very easy to beat. And very, like, this game feels very kid-friendly. I'm sure there's higher difficulties that can give you challenge. I didn't even try the online because I was like, this is not for me. I don't really want to queue up and see what that's like. It just has no appeal to me whatsoever. It's like an alright game. So, in conclusion, for me, who is this game for? I'm going to say it has to be Harry Potter fans. Like, you have to be a big Harry Potter fan for this game to, like, hit. Or maybe you play that Quidditch game. I think it was on the PS2. I've never played it personally. But I hear that, like, that, if you were looking for that kind of thing, this might scratch an itch that you have. But, again, I didn't play the original one, so I don't know how to compare the two. It's just, for me, this game is, for the average person, I don't think they'll enjoy. There's so much better things you can play for free. Like, I know it's not a sports game, but like the finals you can play for free. It's a free-to-play game. If you want a more sporty game, Rocket League. I already mentioned it in this video. Rocket League is fantastic. Yes, if you play online right now, you're going to get destroyed because all those guys are doing crazy things. But, I mean, if you play an exhibition match, you're probably going to get matched with people that are lower rank, and you could probably have a couple fun games. Like, I still hop on Rocket League once in a while just for fun. I mean, those are the free games, at least. And then you got paid games that are also really good. And you probably have some in your library. Like, there's so many better things to play than this mediocre B-tier game. Unless you're a huge Harry Potter fan, I wouldn't even waste my time. I would put it in my library just in case you get curious down the line. But it's not something I would be like, I'm going to stop playing whatever I'm enjoying right now to try this out. Because it's just, it doesn't hit. It just isn't there. I'm sure it has the whole Quidditch mechanics, but it's just, to me, not very fun. Maybe if you get in with a couple friends, but I don't know if the game even allows you to do a couple friends. Maybe just one friend, and then that wouldn't be that fun. I mean, yeah, it's Quidditch, it's Harry Potter, it's cartoony, it's not real. Like, the graphics are all right. It runs great, I'll give it that. Like, I had no hitches, no crashes, no stutters. But it just, the gameplay loop did not really hit for me. And part of it might be just how long that tutorial is. Maybe I could have skipped it, but I'm like, they want me to do this. This is their tutorial. I think it was just poorly done. The tutorial should have showed you all the positions and made you play one game. Maybe 2 quick games. But the fact you learn how to do a position, you played a game with just that position. You learn another position, you play a game with the previous position and the one you just learned, and you do that 4 times. And it is time consuming, and you'd think on the PS5 it would also load quickly. I don't know if it's because it connects to the internet or what, but I found that, like, the load times were not acceptable for a PS5. Like, the only other game that takes a little bit long to load is Baldur's Gate 3, and I understand that. That's a lot to be loading in. But every game I've played on the PS5 that runs off of the SSD or the internal hard drive is usually super quick to load, apart from maybe the opening screen because, you know, they got to get their logos in. And this game, I found I was loading. I don't know if it was just because they were, like, doing menus or, like, it didn't feel snappy and, like, to load up into a new game. I'm like, I should be able to hit play. It's loading in 12 characters total, and they're pretty simple, and it's a pretty simple field. That should be, like, instant. But it still has a loading screen, and it really bugged me. I don't know why. Anyways, if you want, check this game out, but honestly, I wouldn't waste my time. I'd add it to my library just in case it's a curiosity, like somebody really wants to try it out. But, like, if you skip this game, you won't miss out on anything. Trust me. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and happy gaming.
It's a snitch, but who'll be the first to catch him? Ravenclaw saves it! There's the shot! Quaffle! The Seeker is catching up to the Snitch! Hufflepuff still possession! Come on, guys! Somebody had better Sorrow and fall asleep on our brooms! But Ravenclaw intercept it! Yes, keep it moving downfield! Hufflepuff still possession! Ravenclaw still possession!
Good strategy, Ravenclaw. Or are we making you mad?
Nice save! The Quaffle is passed! There goes the shot! And the shot misses! It's a slippery little bugger, but the Seeker secures the catch nonetheless! What a... Ravenclaw, and the Quaffle is in! Hufflepuff played a patient and impressive game, but Ravenclaw was prepared. They take the match! This has been Lee Jordan with